everybody? It is me. It is AlexisMaurice and my co-host, Mr.
TreiHollywood.
And it is time for our review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine. Ladies, put on some lipstick, pull up a chair, guys, because we are about to discuss episode 4. Before we begin, make sure that you like this video on YouTube. Make sure that you share it on all of your social media platforms. Yes. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, all that stuff. Share it all. Send it in a text message. Email this link out to everyone that you know. Now, before we begin, I'm going to take my sip. Tonight, I ain't drinking on no wine tonight. Tonight, I got some...
Henny?
No, this is Peach Crown with some Red Bull because it has been one of those days, okay? Trey, what you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking actually on water because last night I drank a lot.
Oh, child, please.
Like a lot.
You drank a lot on a school night?
So yeah, I went to a birthday dinner and then I went and hung out after that and it was a long night. I'm drinking water tonight.
Okay, well, go ahead and hydrate yourself, okay? Quench your thirst. Listen, Kandi and Todd. Kandi is just not here for this condo that Todd got in New Jersey. Don't get me wrong. I understand where Kandi's coming from. I'm pretty sure it can be a little bit complicated to basically want me to claim a space that you share with a lover. And at one point, the lover lived here by herself, so her feminine body, odor, juices, all her stuff has just been all up and through that particular condo. But I'm just like, okay, Kandi, you had your house, he moved in your house. I mean, this is a property that both of us can use. You know, when we're in New Jersey. I mean, if push come to shove, Todd could give it to his very adult daughter. I'm pretty sure she would love it. And not even her, but Riley's up there too. But I mean, Trey, what do you think about this whole condo situation? Are you team Todd or are you team Kandi?
I am team Todd because I even spoke about this when there was like not putting Todd on the name on the house that they live in. They've been married for 8 years. Why is there an issue for you to redo this home, use it as a getaway home? Because you're in New York often. You can use that to when you go there to stay, or you can make money off that by renting out on. We know of Airbnb. We know that's an option. Or you have 2 adult children who can
two adult daughters who are up there. Two adult daughters.
So I really feel like this is really just being pushed as a storyline. My thing is, like you were saying earlier, you know, his previous woman, you know, a woman juices is flowing through the whatever.
Right. I want to say pussy juices, but I ain't want to say her pussy juices, her feminine juices, all her aura, all of her energy is all in that apartment.
And so it was more than 8 years ago. So baby, it's time to let that go and redo that damn thing because that kitchen was horrible. Okay.
And before we even got to the scene where they talked about this in front of everybody on the bus, I was just thinking, this is one of the things that Todd brought into the marriage. And he kind of wants Kandi to embrace my life like I have embraced your life and everything that actually goes with it. But Miss Kandi is just not having it, honey.
However, think about it this way. If they were to do renovations to it, even I think Marlo was the one that said it, you're going to be doing it with Kandi money. So, like...
You don't know that. Todd got his own money. Don't do Todd like that.
Am I feeling confident that I'm going to invest my money in redoing something that you and this other female done laid up in that has 6 in?
Listen, it takes 7 years for something to get off your credit, child. All that woman energy and everything is gone out of the house. Get someone to come in there and pray over it, remove all of that bad juju, renovate that damn condo, and use that thing, girl. He brought this into the relationship. Let him keep that, and you just embrace it. But maybe it's just a woman thing. By the way, shout out to Marlo. Marlo is actually building her house in Atlanta. Well, Decatur or whatever.
Say Decatur because you know that ain't Atlanta.
Decatur is where it's greater, honey.
That ain't Atlanta.
You know what I like the fact that Marlo was like, my budget is $800,000 and period. Not a penny more and all the pennies less if necessary. So I appreciate her kind of keeping it real. Kenya kind of kept it real when she was building her house because she bought that foreclosed property. Chateau Sheree, we know that took 17 years to build that or whatever, but it's done.
It did take 17 years.
It's done, and it is beautiful or whatever. But I appreciate Marlo for that, even though she was still looking for a moment with Kenya.
But my thing about it is why does Marlo need so many closets?
Because I got a whole bunch of clothes. What do you think? She's a fashionista, Trey.
Even like Kenya said, baby, your closet here right next to your bedroom is bigger than your room. Her room was 500 square feet. Now, y'all, if y'all don't know about square footage, 500 square feet is something like a studio. So I work in property management. I have a studio that's actually 515 square feet.
But that's still a big ass bedroom, Trey. A whole bedroom that's the size of a studio, that's pretty big now. Right, come on. That's a big bedroom.
That is including that 515 is including the kitchen, including the bathroom.
Right. This is just
that
all
closet.
Her bedroom. That's all her bedroom.
Baby, I can't wait till this house is built because I want to see this bedroom.
We ain't got them kind of problems.
I'm rich by faith, okay?
Okay, but
Come on.
I'm not But so episode also centered around the ladies, of course, taking this trip with their husbands to New York City. Now, Miss Kenya tried to play like she didn't know that the husband was coming on the trip when she said that she might bring a date. Now, Queen Kenya, you know you're my girl.
And you know
these editors are running the receipts like crazy all season long. Kandi, of course, before they left, sent all of the ladies these vibrating panties, or at least the ladies who were in the relationships, the husbands. Some of the people like Kenya is kind of feeling like Kandi may be doing a little too much when it comes to all the sexual themed activities, the panties, the dungeons, the sex toys. Trey, what do you feel about that? Do you think her sending the ladies the vibrating panties and then sending them in the manner that they did, what do you think? Was that a little too much?
The only people that really had a problem with it was the people who didn't have a man, Marlo and Sheree. Well, Sheree got one.
Kenya too. Kenya was a little about it.
Yeah, and that's the ones who ain't got nobody. But everybody who had one was shit. I'm gonna use this tonight. I'm gonna use this on the trip. I think it's very innovating. Kandi is always trying to be innovative and think of different ways to bring the ladies together. You know, bring the freak with it. And I can appreciate that.
Kind of goes back to what Nene said before, though. But Kandi, everybody don't want a dildo. Everybody don't want vibrating panties. Like everybody, stop trying to push all of your sexual agenda on the people.
Healing, sexual healing, babe. So no, I think that it was cool. If you have a gathering, Maurice, and you send me something like that, I'm like, this is pretty lit. Okay, all right, Mo.
You wear some vibrating panties, some vibrating drawers, Trey?
Well, I can't wear panties. No, I can't wear no vibrating drawers either. Like, I mean,
so if your man brought you some vibrating drawers home, you wouldn't wear them?
Well, how would they be vibrating? She's gonna be heavy because it means it's gonna have something in it. How?
Answer the damn question. Would you wear them or not?
No, I'm not really intrigued by vibrating objects.
You're a prude, Trey. If your man brought you, babe, put these on, and then throughout the day he's just randomly.
No,
he's just randomly just lighting your ass up. You don't want that?
Could you imagine me at work and that happening?
I think that's the whole idea. This like Marlo said, I don't want to be walking down the streets of New York and your pussy is on fire, lighting that thing up.
You better have me in my office looking like I got crabs biting me because the shit being vibrated. No.
But what if it was one of those things where it kind of cups around your egg crack? Would you wear that?
I probably would have.
I'm not
going to say no. I have to say I would have to see how it feels.
What is up with these outrageous sex stories? Ralph and Drew talk about they was having sex in the ocean with the whale in the Dominican Republic. There ain't no damn whales down there. Can you talk about coyote blood and they're having sex in teepees and all kinds of stuff like that?
Clearly, we have a cast that likes to have sex in amongst of other mammals, okay? Because that turns them on. So I feel like Kenya's was kind of maybe a little bit added to, and I feel like Ralph's was a little alive.
Exaggerated, fake, false, not factual. All of those things. Yeah, those stories were outlandish. They were crazy. Ain't nobody believe that shit, girl.
So let me ask you this. What was yours?
I am single.
Right.
I am celibate. I am not having sex because I'm saving myself for marriage. I'm celibate, so I don't have it. But I don't think I've done many outrageous things when it comes to sex. I think it's something that I definitely want to explore more in the future. But I think, Vivian, my old truck, my old Explorer child, I done some things in the back of that truck, the hunchback of that damn truck. Richland Fashion Mall, Columbia, South Carolina, that parking deck or whatever. That parking deck, Richland Fashion Mall.
Parking deck.
In the back of Vivian. Yeah.
I think everybody did that in Vivian.
What? Excuse me? Who what?
What?
You what?
What?
You think what?
Oh, I thought you said something.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said so. Sounds like you said everybody done it in video.
Oh, no.
That's what it sounds like you said.
No, what?
I know you ain't say that.
That's crazy. Why would you think I would say something like that?
I'm trying to figure out what makes you think something like that.
That's
my car. My truck wasn't no whole truck. You don't take this, girl. We used to ride down the beach with it every now and then, but
that truck done been around the world and yeah.
What about you? Where's the most freakiest or craziest sexcapade that you've had?
Mine would have to be the hospital.
What you do in the hospital, child, when them people in there fighting for their damn lives?
Well, I had an ex of mine who had got into a really bad car accident, and I went to spend, nights with him.
I hope you ain't go up there and try to ride that boy dick and he's sitting up there in that damn hospital, child.
Ride his... No, Maurice.
I tried.
You tried it. It was cute. It was cute. It was that much cute. But he was in the hospital bed, and so I stayed there a couple nights with him. This is actually back when I lived in Florida, so it was a long time ago. I would get in his bed and lay with him, and he wanted to have sex. He turned on his side, and
you just slid it on in.
Oh my God, you have to be so explicit.
Bitch, you fucking girls in the goddamn hotel. I mean, at the hospital. That just don't seem right, child. People taking their last breaths and then get you a little bump and grind going on down to the hospital.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say no, and it was fun. It was
a little exciting. But one of the things that I saw on this episode, we saw two open arguments in front of everyone when it came to relationships. We saw Kandi and Todd kind of talking about the whole condo situation, and then we saw Drew and Raph. Now, what I loved about this situation, of course, is that Kenya was kind of standing up for Drew. She was, basically telling Raph, don't dismiss your woman's feelings. That whole bullshit about when you see it one way, I see it another way, that's just it. No, like we need to come to some type of understanding, because if this happens again in the future, I'm gonna need us to actually be able to come to some type of agreement.
Right.
Of course, them saying that Drew, she has a problem admitting when she's wrong, she's always right. Drew also not being able to let stuff go sometimes. What do you think about having those type of conversations in front of people? Are you a fan of that?
I think you have to know your surroundings, and you have to know the vibe and the energy of the current situation. Right. I think that at the time when those conversations were had, they were at a good place. They were all there. There was no way for nobody to talk behind another person's back or say anything sly. And then at the dinner, Ralph and Drew were able to discuss what they were going through, and everybody was able to give their opinion. And it was honest. Kandi said what she said. Kenya said what she said. Marlo said what she said. So it was just those moments where you just got to know where and it's appropriate. And I feel like it happened at a good time. I'm really enjoying Kenya this season. I love how she was able to speak on her experience that she had with her husband, how sometimes men don't realize when they are dismissive. They dismiss how another person feels. And Ralph has a tendency of doing that just like Kenya's husband did.
I hate it. I absolutely hate to feel dismissed.
Yes.
As if like my feelings don't matter, or is that you're making it seem like I'm crazy, like I'm just making this shit up. I hate for you to dismiss me. I remember one time I had a situation where someone that I was dealing with was messing around with someone else, and it was this whole, well, it happened, you just need to get over it. It is what it is. Like, no, you can't do that to me because you're dismissing how I'm feeling. Right. And basically what you're telling me is, they said it. Get the fuck over it. That's not cool for you to just dismiss your partner, your husband or your wife or your lover, just telling them to basically get over the situation. Now, I also understand on the flip side to that, you can't always just keep holding on to something. If you are going to forgive me for it and move on. I think my problem in that situation back then was they didn't want to take accountability for their actions and what they did. Right. So because they did that, I was stuck and I wasn't able to get past that. I have, of course, now, but for a long time, I felt like, nigga, y'all gonna listen to me. You're gonna hear what the hell I got to say.
What would continue to piss me off, and it pointed back to what Kandi said, you don't know how to let things go. Even when Ralph was like, he massaged her feet or doing this, she just kept bringing up, remember this 30-day thing. Like, girl, shut up. Let's get through the 30-day thing and stop bringing it up.
But what the therapist was saying was, let's be in the moment. Yes. He was encouraging her to learn how to just be in the moment. Yes, these things are going on, but when you're having a good moment,
live in it.
Kind of live in it. Embrace it. It's like how Todd wants Kandi to embrace the condo. Drew, When y'all are having good moments, yes, everything ain't perfect, but add to the positive memories instead of just fostering on the negative stuff.
That is the Taurus, and that's the Taurus and Drew.
Right.
She's a Taurus, and you know how they are. They
and it turns into an argument. The therapist said that they're constantly attacking each other all the time. Ralph feels like he's disrespected and not appreciated. I tried to give you steak and lobster, bitch, and you coming around talking. The only thing you deserve is a lunchable.
That was so rude.
Well, I guess he needed an analogy to shut her ass up.
You could at least said some other type of like lower class meat or something, you know.
Right. We also learned that Ralph is sleeping in another bedroom. He's sleeping in the son's bedroom. How do you feel about that? Like, if you and your boo are kind of having a disagreement, do you think you just need to just get up out of the bed and go sleep in another room versus sleeping in the bed with your lover?
Listen, I have done that. I have been there, so I know how it is. I have literally got up out of our bedroom and went into our guest room or game room and slept in there. I feel like if it's financially able, that if you're in a relationship, have more than one room, because you're going to want to maybe have that time where you all need space apart.
And I've heard other married people or people in relationships say this: you should never go to bed mad at someone.
Agree. You should not, but it happens, right? Shit happens.
But it shouldn't happen, is what they're saying. And so therefore, y'all need to fix that shit before you go to bed.
A lot of things that should not happen that happen. But it happens. So, I mean, you can't really control every aspect of it. I'm a firm believer of, having a conversation. I live by 3 C's, and one of them is communication. And I feel like if you're going to be successful at this relationship, this partnership, business, whatever, we need to be able to have open communication. They don't communicate. They talk at each other. Like
they attack each other.
Always at each other. And they didn't need to show that other room, though, but they at least could have had to make the bed made or something.
They have another guest bedroom, so why the hell is he sleeping in a room with a child?
That's what I was thinking. That house that they got, you only got 2 rooms, you only can sleep in there?
It's a lot of fairy tales, produced storylines. I don't know, stuff just ain't adding up a little bit.
One and one ain't adding. 1 and 1 is not adding together.
The math ain't mathing. It's not mathing. Trey, I want to give you the opportunity to kind of speak on this whole assistant thing, because what we have seen, the preview for next week's and the end of this episode, Drew did not give her husband a heads up. This boy is going around town calling her boyfriend a doodle chaser.
Husband.
Right. So, they say he likes the boys. He likes the boys, honey. And Drew, you are wrong for that. You got to give your man a heads up. Don't let no man walk into no situation like that not knowing what the girls are saying behind his back.
First of all, Drew and Ralph are not booked enough to have that many assistants. Okay? There's assistant 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5. No, on this most recent episode, we saw 4 and 5. Number 3, which is Anthony, is on probation. The fuck? I think that it's another created story.
No, but it can't be too creative, because Sheree, she the one who heard the stuff about Ralph.
And this is why I think that it's bullshit. First of all, I'm gonna answer your question. Drew, you cannot let your man walk around not knowing that people are talking about him, and then everybody in the circle knows that this is being said. Let my man not tell me something that's being said about me, and then we're in the circle of all our friends, and then brought up that somebody was saying I was doing this. Maybe we're gonna have some problems.
Whole circle know about it, but your husband. Your husband, the only one who the rumor is about, don't know nothing about that. Nope. Set yourself up for failure, boo. That was wrong.
That was wrong. I think that this is his assistant thing. I'll give him too much. Let him the fuck go. Just another punk trying to get some television time on somebody's dime. Whether it's not straight dime. For me, I'm just annoyed by it, because I feel like often we already have this title of being messy and unnecessarily messy. And I just feel like, what was the point of you telling Sheree, supposedly ain't paid you, that Drew's husband is gay? Mm-hmm. What was the point of you telling Drew that Sheree ain't paid you?
Or paying her people at all.
Right. So do you not see what the common denominator is? It's the assistant.
But she put him on probation. Make that make sense, honey.
It's stupid. This is what, and I'm going to ask you. I think it was episode 3, Sanya, and she got into this car accident. There was nobody else, possibly ever, not nowhere in the state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta, or Decatur, wherever she was located at, she could have called other than Drew. And we all
12 people live in her damn house. She couldn't call not nail one of them.
But not only did you call Drew to come get you, baby, when they showed your car, only thing you had was a tail light that was out. What in the entire fuck?
I was the only one who felt that way too. Like, girl, it's just a scratch. If you don't get in this damn car and drive this thing home, girl,
the 18 people drugged me. The 18 people drugged me from here to there. I was drugging them, they drugged me, and then they put the camera on the truck, and it was a tail light. It looked like you backed into a pole. That was a creative moment. And you could tell Drew was acting. You can see it. She called, "What's going on?"
Right. problem with Drew is a lot of her stuff feels very rehearsed. It feels very produced. Like she's an actress, and I sort of kind of feel like she's leaning into that whole actress thing a whole lot as well too. So I need her to just focus on being a little bit more authentic, Drew.
Let me ask you this. The morning when they all went to go get on the bus, why did Marlo get on that bus with that fur coat on?
Because it's Marlo, honey. That what Nene said. The girl said Marlo running around.
Running around
with a fur on doing the summertime. Because it's Marlo. Marlo's extra. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Again, make sure that you like this video, share it on all of your social media platforms. Tell us what you think about this episode, and we will see you guys on episode number 5. Bye, y'all.
Bye.